Justice League Chaos Creator, Rimuru times Justice League, by Yazoo_U. Prologue, enough. Rimuru's voice echoed across the grand hall of the Tempest Palace, silencing the buzz of excited voices. He leaned back in his throne, looking utterly exasperated as his inner circle crowded around him, each offering their unsolicited opinions. "My lord," Diablo began, his expression a mix of reverence and frustration, "if you're considering stepping away, please, allow me to accompany you. I could." "No," Rimuru interrupted firmly, waving his hand. "This is a vacation, Diablo. You coming along would turn it into another job." "But what if something happens to you?" Veldora bellowed, folding his arms and glaring. "I am the great storm dragon, your protector. If you're going, I'm going too." "And me," Milim piped up, practically bouncing off the walls with excitement. "I want to see what kind of fun stuff you're going to do." "Ah yes, the cause of my headaches," Rimuru groaned, massaging his temples. He knew this wouldn't be easy, but the sheer determination of his friends to follow him was beginning to wear on his nerves. "Listen," he said, sitting up straighter. "This isn't a diplomatic mission or an exploration trip. I'm taking a break. I want peace and quiet. No chaos, no drama, no," he gestured vaguely at the room, "all of this." "But my lord," Xian began hesitantly, her voice tinged with concern. "Who will handle the paperwork, the decisions, the—" "I will," a calm voice interjected. Everyone froze as Ciel's presence subtly manifested in the room. Her tone was steady and matter-of-fact as she continued. "I have already prepared a solution. A parallel version of Master Rimuru will remain here, maintaining appearances and handling administrative tasks. All paperwork will be processed seamlessly through my systems." "You're serious about this, aren't you?" Benimaru asked, crossing his arms as he eyed Rimuru. "Dead serious," Rimuru said with a grin. "I trust Ciel to handle everything. Plus, I've already decided." It took another week to placate everyone. Veldora sulked for days, muttering about betrayal. Milim tried every trick she could think of to guilt Rimuru into taking her along. Even Diablo, loyal to a fault, looked visibly disheartened. And it didn't just limit to them. Add to that other three disasters, namely Ultima, Carrera and Testarossa. Of course there's also that dim-wit Queen Fairy. I need to thank Kenya later and Chloe for taking her time. Finally, everything was ready. Rimuru stood at the portal, gazing at the swirling energy. Behind him, his closest allies watched in a mix of apprehension and reluctant acceptance. "Don't worry," he said, turning to them with a reassuring smile. "I'm leaving a part of me here. Remember? You'll barely even notice I'm gone." "Be safe, my lord," Diablo said, bowing deeply. "And don't forget to have fun," Milim added, waving enthusiastically. Rimuru chuckled. "Sure." With a small, confident step, he entered the portal. Milim tried to sneak in, fortunately Freya was there to supervise her. The transition was seamless. As Rimuru emerged, he found himself in a new world bustling with activity. Skyscrapers towered above him, their glass exteriors reflecting the golden rays of the sun. The streets were alive with people, humans going about their daily lives, completely unaware of the new presence among them. "Master," Ciel said in his mind, her tone professional. "All preparations are complete. Your identity in this world has been fully integrated into its reality. All legal documents, financial accounts, and personal history have been established. You're free to proceed without concern." "Nice work, as always," Rimuru replied. He stretched his arms and glanced around, a small smile creeping onto his face. "So, this is Earth, huh?" he murmured. "Correct," Ciel confirmed. "Specifically, a version of Earth distinct from your previous interactions. I selected this region, known as Central City, based on its balance of activity and anonymity." Rimuru hummed thoughtfully. "It's got a nice vibe, feels fresh." He wandered through the streets for a while, taking in the sights and sounds. Street vendors shouted to attract customers, cars honked in the distance, and the faint aroma of food wafted through the air. "Maybe I should have gone to Japan," Rimuru said absently, stopping to examine a colorful travel brochure in a nearby stand. "But it feels too familiar. I want something new." "And language will not be an issue," Ciel added. "You're already fluent in all known tongues of this world." "Perfect," Rimuru said, tossing the brochure aside. Let's get started. After a bit of exploration, he stumbled across a small, empty storefront in a quieter part of the city. It had potential. A cozy space with a large window overlooking the street. With a snap of his fingers and a touch of magic, he transformed the interior into a quaint little bakery. Wooden shelves lined the walls, filled with loaves of bread and pastries. A simple counter stood near the entrance, complete with a cash register that, thanks to Ciel's work, was fully functional and linked to his accounts. "Not bad," he said, admiring his work. "Do you intend to open immediately?" Ciel asked. "Nah," Rimuru replied, plopping onto a chair behind the counter. "Let's take it slow, I'm in no rush." For the first time in what felt like ages, Rimuru felt completely at ease. This was exactly what he needed. Somewhere outside the universe, unseen yet ever watchful eyes focused on Rimuru's arrival. Despite his unmatched ability to destroy and recreate thousands of worlds with a thought, even Rimuru could not block these omniscient gazes. "A young outsider has entered our omniverse," a soft voice mused, its tone thoughtful yet indifferent. "Should we do something?" Lucifer Morningstar, lounging in his domain, swirled his glass of wine lazily and shrugged. "I'd rather stay out of trouble," he said with a faint smile. "They don't seem like the type to crave destruction or chaos. Keep me out of it." The seven endless siblings sat in their eternal quiet, their expressions indifferent. They neither feared Rimuru nor saw him as a potential threat. To beings who embodied fundamental aspects of existence, he was simply interesting. But not everyone shared their indifference. A certain monster, cloaked in shadow, observed Rimuru with an eager glint in its eye. His power, it murmured, barely audible even in the silence, would prove useful for my future endeavors. None around it reacted. In this place, the sanctity of thought was respected above all. No one had the right to pry into another's mind, no matter how vile or pure their intentions might be. Their collective attention shifted momentarily to the remnants of a broken robot floating in the void. "CAS is dead," someone declared solemnly, their voice echoing across the vastness. Beyond, in the limbo of broken realms, life still flickered faintly, clinging stubbornly to the shattered fragments of endless multiverses. The roots of creation and destruction intertwined, brimming with vitality yet shadowed by an ominous presence. In the dark multiverse, a place of unrelenting despair, the observers turned their gaze to a climactic moment. The darkest night, a force of unimaginable power and malevolence, was falling to its ultimate demise. But something deeper stirred. In the distant recesses of existence, an ancient, sleeping presence began to awaken. The air grew heavy as its power seeped into the omniverse, rippling through countless dimensions. Lucifer was the first to notice, his sharp senses catching the faint shift in the fabric of reality. He downed the rest of his wine and sighed. "Seems like a lot of things are about to happen this time around," he muttered, his voice tinged with both weariness and intrigue.